Well, good morning, good morning, good morning. We are here at 7 a.m. on the dot. On the dot. I'm happy about that. Proud of myself. So before we get started, I realized something yesterday. We are actually on day 18. I did not review and add the cover for my YouTube videos, which normally keeps me in alignment. So I had put 2 day 14s. So, and if you were watching yesterday, I mentioned that we were finishing on Friday. We're actually finishing on Thursday because we started on Friday. So I just wanted to put that out there and get that. But good morning. Welcome. We are here 21 days of living and thriving as Miss Inspiration as we are taking back claim of our gifts, our purpose, and we are being authentically ourselves in every aspect of our lives. So I want to give you a clip for those of you that have not been watching or that are just brand new, not sure what this series is about. I want to let you see what it is that we talk about here and give you a clip of one of yesterday's highlights. They have a group, and now they invite you to come speak at their group. You don't know how these opportunities are going to just come into your life, right? He's going to send those unexpected, the things that you did not apply for, right? You're going to receive um, recognition and awards. I remember, I think it was like 2018 or 2019, when I received this award. Like this lady called me. I didn't know this lady. I didn't know her from a can of worms. And this lady was like, I found you online. I've been following you. I still cannot tell you who this lady was. Never seen her come up on my timeline. And that's why I say so many times people get offended. Oh, people don't like my stuff. No one's paying attention to my content because I only got 3 likes. You might have gotten 3 likes, but if you look how many views, there's some views, and there are some people who would just put things on, they're taking it in, they're responding to it, but they might be washing dishes. Like yesterday, I was watching a live. It was a great live. I was just walking on my treadmill, right? I can't engage because it's a walking path. So I'm trying not to fall, but I'm listening. Look, all I'm gonna say is if you have not been watching and going back, if you are on YouTube, YouTube has the easiest. It's already in the playlist. Facebook, I have to put the last couple of videos in that one playlist, but all the videos are there. Instagram, you're the only one that do not have all of the videos. So Instagram, I would recommend that you go over to YouTube, and if you look at today's clip, I'm gonna put up. It's gonna be on my stories, and it's going to lead you to the video. Um, Instagram is the only one that I have to like manually do it, and yeah, that's a lot sometimes. So here we are here. We are on day 18. Hope this is helpful to you. If you are watching on the replay, hashtag replay so that I know that you were still here. Drop any questions that you might have, and let's have this conversation because these are conversations that are very important, right? Very important conversations. So yes, when I was good morning. Oh, Bola said I'm coming over to YouTube. Good morning, Bola. Good morning, good morning, good morning. So yeah, so today we're gonna talk about, and I understand that this topic it relates to purpose gifts. Some people have no problem sharing this part of themselves while they're dating, and a lot of people are still growing into this. And so for in the beginning part of my journey, I that was actually why I did stay single for so long because I always felt like I had to hide this side of myself. Not many men were comfortable with this side of Tanisha. And because I was not comfortable myself, it makes it easier to turn this one off or completely eliminate it because you want to seem so regular, relatable. You want them to like you. And that becomes exhausting after a while because then that means that you're not 100% being authentically you. And that becomes an issue. So just fear of, and I think I've shared this when the last time, just having men tell me, oh my gosh, like you do that, I can't handle that, or that's too much, or you are doing too much. And I was just like, wow, like I can't, this can't be what I can't have this kind of partner. Not after I wrote Dear Single in Love, right? That book is truly an outline as to the type of person that's supposed to come into your life. And so because I wasn't seeing that, it was just like, okay, it became easier to identify someone that might not be as compatible for me because of the fact that they don't accept that part of my life. Like I've actually had some guys say like, if you continue to do that, then maybe this is not going to work. Guys saying just crazy things like, oh, if you have more than 5,000 followers, like you're doing too much, you're looking for attention. And I can understand someone saying that if someone is posting thirst traps, sexy pictures, always got their booty out. I can understand you saying something like that. But a person who is just out here just spreading positivity, inspiring people to do their best and to live the life that's meant for them, if that bothers you, then it's just like, dang, like, And I could just kind of say a lot for like mindset and things of that nature. So now it becomes easier because once I mention it, how they respond, it's just like, oh, okay, cool. I remember one time matching with a young man, and what did he? Oh, he was like, oh, what are you getting into this weekend? And I was like, I really got to sit and just create content. And he was like, oh, you one of those who don't have a job? Like, yeah, I need to go get a job. Sorry, what are you talking about? I was like, the better question would have been to inquire if I did that in addition to having a job. And I said, then you probably would have learned that I do have a job. Like I should get a paycheck, but I also understand that I can create content that's going to be meaningful and impactful to other people. So it just really just gives me a big picture. And so I want to just talk about today, like how doing those things has held me back, right, in different ways. And I have about I have like three different ways how this has held me back in the past. So the first thing and I just gave these examples, but the good part is you heard me say I nipped those things in the butt, right? But prior to that, before that, I was attracting the wrong partners, right? When you are doing that, you're drawing people in who are very comfortable with the small version of you, right? And they are very comfortable with that. They love that part. But now when you start going out and you're doing that thing. And again, that thing is going to be different for every single person. That person has to be capable, it has to be willing to deal with the full version of who you are, right? So if you're in the church, that person should encourage you to be in the church, to go to church. If you are out here in ministry in other ways, doing missionary work, that person should encourage you to go out there. They might want to come with you and do it with you. They should never want to pull you away from it, right? They should never talk down about it. They should never put you in a situation where you're choosing them over that. And so when I realized like this is why my person was not showing up in those relationships. And it's so like when I wrote my book and when I reflected as I read my book, I was like, those people were just not my purpose partners, right? They were not the person that I was supposed to do purpose with. And that made it so easy to just cut it off, right? So that's the one thing. You keep attracting the wrong partners when you do this. When you don't stand authentically in yourself, when you don't stand boldly and say, look, this is just a part of who I am. This is not all of who I am, but this is a part of who I am. And if we want the whole person, we should not be looking at things, especially positive things. And this is why I keep realizing positivity really bothers people who are not on their own journey of finding what makes them happy, what makes them feel good, the things that they enjoy doing. When you are doing that, That's really all that it to me. That's what I see. I see it as you are a light, you are enjoying your life, and now you're meeting someone who does not. They don't know what that means. And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person, but they have not done any work. So now they want you to dim that light so that y'all could be equal. And now they're unhappy, you're unhappy. And we can't do that anymore. The second thing is that it's going to make you feel disconnected from your purpose, or you're just going to abandon your purpose. But the problem that ends up happening, and then we spoke about this yesterday in our our purpose starts chasing us. Your purpose is going to sit there. It's like you're gonna put it on the dresser. Right. Good morning, Paula. You're gonna put this purpose, this gift on the dresser, and you're gonna just sit there and you're gonna keep looking at it, right? But you put it away because this person, you want to be with them. You like them. They might be cute. They might be handsome. They might make a lot of money, but they don't want you doing anything in relates to this gift that God gave you. And so because you put that, yes, Bola, we really have to people don't take this serious, right? People don't take that concept of equally yoked. They think it's just because, oh, well, we both go to church. Y'all both can go to church and still not be equally yoked. Like let's be for real. Y'all both can go to church and not be equally yoked. So it's a lot deeper, right? Yes, and he has to be he has to be in his God-given purpose too. And we're gonna get to that one, Bola, because that is that's so key, right? You're out here using your gifts, you're out here doing what God is telling you to do. How are you gonna be with a person that don't even talk to God? And again, that could be someone also who goes to church. So this is where you just got to just get comfortable in being who you are, and just know, truly be comfortable with that. Because I understand sometimes we say that we're comfortable. I know if I'm comfortable, but then the devil's going to send that person to test you, and be like, she comfortable. She said that she's comfortable. Now let me send this jokester over here. And he sends this jokester, and now you start talking, and that person in the beginning might even pretend, oh yeah, oh, I love that about you. Oh my God, that's amazing. And now when you actually start doing it, because now the relationship is growing, and now you're making investments, and now this person starts to make you feel like, oh, maybe you shouldn't worry about that. I think I gave the example where, that person would, just like for me, I get up, I'm doing these 7 o'clocks. That person will now try to keep you in bed. Oh, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that live today. Like they're not even paying you for that. Like that's not even, it's not adding any value in. Like just stay in the bed with me. Just lay in the bed, with me. If I made a dedication and I'm trying to stay committed, I'm trying to be consistent for myself. I'm not gonna stay in this bed. Like, no, we can come back. When I'm saying, when I'm finished doing my live, I can come back and we can lay up or whatever, or do something together. But this person should be encouraging you, babe. Get up at 6:30, babe. You still in the bed. You keep snoozing. That person's not gonna make you put that purpose on the dresser and have you keep looking at it, because it's like, I see it. I know what I'm supposed to do. I'm looking at this invisible dress over here. Don't think I'm crazy, but they don't want you to go after that. And so that is going to cause you to be misaligned. And that's when you're going to really start to feel it. Bola said, as you walk in your God given, he's doing the same. Right. And that's actually one of the things that we're going to talk about today. So 2 things that Bola said, and we're going to discuss that. The last thing that can end up happening, that how this holds you back, is you start to build resentment. Right? Because a lot of times people don't walk away from their relationship the moment that they have the aha moment. So in the past, I didn't immediately walk away. I might have let it linger for a little bit. Now I don't let it linger at all. The moment that I get that, oh wait, sorry, because that exactly, I don't want to resent you. I don't want to feel like I'm missing out on opportunities because I'm choosing you over God. Right? And God should be the center. So it should not be, well, God, I'm sorry. He said he loves me. I know you created me and you knew everything I was supposed to do. but he said he loves me, so I'm gonna stay here. And now I'm mad at you. Every day I look at you. Every day that an email comes through, and I gotta delete that email, or I feel like I gotta delete that email because you may feel away if I go out there and I do that. Even if it's something, even if you're getting paid thousands of dollars. Now when the big money comes in, their attitude might change. But I'm telling you, it's gonna be that season when it's just you doing purpose, right? You just waking up at 7 a.m. doing these videos where there's no equity. They don't see the financial purpose of it. But then now when those companies start calling, you start doing corporate speaking opportunities and you're getting paid five figures, and now it might change. It might, because some that still might not be enough for them. This still might be like, well, you can't make more than me. Well, baby, I would need you to get in purpose too. Okay. So all of that is over because we're not doing the shrinking, because we are going to date people that are, as Bola said earlier, she's introducing a lot of the topics that we're going to talk about, because we talk about this a lot. This is one of my closest friends. We speak about this, and that person has to be in their God-given purpose, right? If you are a person that's operating in purpose, you're using your gifts, and you just know, like, you're just living your life the way God keeps telling you. You have to want someone who is doing the same exact thing. You have to want someone that's going to do the same exact thing, because that is going to help you two. You both are now going to become accountability partners. The one thing that I have seen, that the few couples that I have met that are that type of God-given, purpose-driven couples, they they're now their first accountability partner. Before they go out there and pay a coach, they keep each other accountable, because they understand that they are both on this journey together, right? Because now they are technically a union of one. So they are definitely not allowing their partner to shrink. They both speak life into one another. When I was in Colombia, I met a couple like that, and they prayed together before they started their business. They prayed together. They each started a business in Colombia, and they support one another. So there's cross promotion about each one of their business on both of their social medias. One business operates during the day, the other business operates more in the evening. So they're able to be of support. Doesn't mean that's going to be everyone's situation, but just look at the concept of love and support being poured into one another when you have a mutual understanding, when you have a similar path. And so that's what we should be going after. The other thing that God has said to me, that this actually, the aha moment came when I was in Myrtle Beach back in 2022. And God had me, I went to this restaurant. He had me bring my book, and I literally sat there and I went through, I think it was chapter 4. Chapter 4, I believe, is 4 or 5 is about starting your healing journey. And there's something that I wrote in the book that basically states that when we operate in purpose, like, your person is going to see you in purpose, right? And when you just keep showing up. So let's use me for example. God could use this 21 days for my husband to see me, because he sees me operating in purpose, right? And so it becomes like, okay, this person is now fully aware about what it is that you do. There's no question. They know, so they already have an idea as to what it is that they're going to, what your life is going to look like, because they see you operating it. When we just keep we keep stopping and going and stopping and going. A lot of times when we stop, we are stopping during the times that we're meeting those people. So we're not actively engaging in that. We're not actively actually going out there and doing and using our gifts the way that we're supposed to. And so we now we're idle. So now you're like, oh, I'm a little bored. Let me go on a dating app. Let me see what's out here. Instead of going out there saying, okay, God, I know I've been quiet. Let me go and sit on that computer. Let me work on these videos, so I can put my videos out there. Let me go and work on this ebook. Like, I ended up going through my first Google Drive and found my first ebook. And I was just like, dang. And I started thinking of like how, because I wrote that ebook in 2016. And I was just like, dang, I could probably take this ebook and modify it and, put a new spin onto it. Like, this was before Canva. The cover looks like, I think I did the cover in Google Slides or PowerPoint, one of the two. And, so you can work on purpose instead of saying, I'm just being bored and, you're not using your gift at all. And now you're going out there. So you have to get to that point of just realizing that. The other thing is that you start understanding what are your standards, right? What are your standards? What are your expectations? And you can now clearly live by that. You can now realize, like, these are my non-negotiables. What are your non-negotiables? If you're here with me live, even on a replay, type in the comments, what is one non-negotiable that you know for a fact, like, I can't do this, right? I need someone that is going to do, no matter what, fill in the blank, so that you can no longer make these excuses or exceptions. And a lot of people do that because they don't realize what are their non-negotiables. What is your solid no's? The same way that, and I think so many times people get stuck at things such as, I don't want a man or a woman with children. That's a great standard, right? If that's not the lifestyle that you desire, cool. But it's deeper than that. Like, I need a man that's chasing after God's heart, right? I need a man that has a relationship with God. You feel some type of way about something that I may have done, instead of you coming spazzing, screaming at me, I need you to go and sit and talk to God first and figure out how to navigate that. So we have a lot of understanding of what we need and being clear about that. And so that when we go and you're meeting people, so however this person comes into your life, that whether it's going to be through a dating app, social networking event, social media, like, you hear so many stories. So many people are sharing how they have met their purpose partner, their soulmate. So you get an idea of, okay, it doesn't have to all be a one size fit all. And it's not going to be a one size fit all. The last thing is that we're going to choose approval. We're going to choose alignment over approval. We're going to choose alignment over approval. And when we choose alignment, we're choosing purpose, right? We're choosing God. Because if you're not choosing someone who is aligned with you, that means that you're going outside of what God wants for us. God wants us to be with the person that can go out there and carry out his will. That's what he wants, right? He doesn't want you to be with someone who's going to take you away from him. And even if that means, you not getting up and doing what you're called to do, that means that you're getting away from what God is telling you. Because how many times has God told us to do something and we share that with a human being and they tell us, man, you crazy. God didn't tell you to do that. Sometimes your partner, the person that you are choosing to be with, is going to discourage you and be like, we ain't doing that. Good morning, Annette. Good morning. We're not doing that, right? We want someone that's going to approve, because the same way you should be out there approving their alignment. This is a two-way street. So that's why it's always been harder for me, because I'm always that person that's trying to get people to fully tap into their gifts. And that God even had to correct me about, because again, that man should not come into your life and then you got to speak life into him, and then you got to pray and fast over him to get him into his purpose. God said no. He's already going to be operating in purpose. The same way he's going to see you in purpose, you're going to see him in purpose, whatever that is. This is a two-way street. No one is going to have to encourage you or, encourage, yes, because some days we feel defeated, so that's going to happen. But that person shouldn't be the person that turns your on button. Like, oh, I met you now, so let me go into purpose, we should be fully activating, authentically, be comfortable in it, thriving in it, living in it. This is why this 21 day is here, because once you get fully solid in it and that person comes, they're going to see that in you. They're going to identify. It's going to be relatable. It's going to be like, okay, I noticed that. Cool. And now you guys can move into a healthier connection. But when that person, or if a person comes into your life and they're like, I don't know about that part. You sure about that part? You don't have to like, you don't have to do that. That's when you know this is not aligned, right? People ask me all the time, how is it that you're so easy for you to walk away from a connection? I don't walk away from connections. I walk away when there's no alignment. That's it. Right? I want to be aligned with people. That includes friends, that includes business. As you have seen, we have gone over every aspect of our lives, right? I have shared over the last 18 days every aspect of how I have minimized myself, not showed up authentically as me in every aspect at work, as a family member, as a friend, and even in dating. Because this is going to have all components. You have to be okay with being who you are in every aspect of your life. And if you're not comfortable with that, how can you expect someone else to be comfortable with it? Right? That's just something that we have to really do. So I want you to challenge yourself. Have there ever been times that you have minimized yourself, that you have put yourself and made it seem like you were smaller than what you are? Because you're a big deal. If you have ever done that, I want you to start reflecting. Why have you done it? Is it some of the things that I mentioned in this video? Or is it that it could be something totally different? But it's a time to now sit here and say, let me reflect on this, because you know what? I think I have. Or you know what? I've never, like I said, there are some people, they've never encountered this. And that is a beautiful thing. That is a beautiful thing, because so many people have learned that from a younger age and they have been able to embrace that. And I think that's the beautiful part that so many people have had. And I wish that we all had those experiences, because when I have these conversations in certain communities, this conversation, it's just like, yeah, that's the obvious. And I'm like, it's not, right? The other thing I really want you to just continue to walk boldly in who you are. Be okay in this season, especially if you are single. It's okay that you're single. God is he's doing something right now within you to get you prepared. And this could be being very firm and hearing him, allowing him to lead and guide you, allowing him to use your gift to encourage, inspire other people to do amazing things. And when he finds that it is the anointed and appointed time for that person to see you, they will see you. But you got to get into that space of being comfortable being seen. You can't run. You can't hide. You can't try to go hide behind the tree because you're afraid. No, allow God to come in and to let you be seen by the right person. Because right now, the way that you're possibly doing, who's seeing you? No one that you even want. If we're honest, a lot of times we look at some of these people and we're like, I don't even want that person. So why would we continue to tolerate that? You're too great to tolerate someone trying to put you into a box. I'm trying to find a box right now. I'll be trying to have props with me sometimes. So I just want you to know, right? And I wrote this down. You are not too much for the right person. I want somebody to write that for me. Write that in the chat. You are not too much for the right person. The right person is going to feel like there's more that you can do. Like I always feel, I get excited for my husband, wherever he is in the world, wherever he is right now. Like, just know you're gonna have a cheerleader that is going to be like, oh my gosh, like you are amazing. You could do it 10 times more. Because I know that you are doing the right thing. So I want you to do more. Let's be together Mr. and Mrs. too much. Let people be like, oh, they always doing too much. Cool, we're gonna do that together. We're gonna do that together. We're gonna change this world one day at a time, one message at a time, whatever his gift is, one fill in the blank at a time. We're gonna do too much together. So this is why you are not too much for that right person. If a person tells you, you need to know. If you are in this process of you're feeling and you're walking and you start meeting, and some women would say, or people, not just women, people would say, God, give me a password. Have y'all heard of that one? Give me a password when I meet this person. Let them say this. Now, if they say, oh, you doing too much, that's the password that I know that they're not the person. That's like, oh, that was easy. Have a good day, sweetie. God bless. Because I'm not going to stop. Especially when I know I'm not even doing as much as I can be. Like, just think about that. I know that just doing this 21 days, that's not enough. It's enough because energetically I'm giving myself, but there's a lot more that I can do. So what if a person came right now, today, into my life, and they saw, oh, you go live every morning at 7 a.m. My God, you doing too much. Man, do you realize that I could do a 10 times more? Okay, cool. The right person who's gonna come into your life, they're gonna finally just see you. And I just want to keep emphasizing this, guys. They're going to see you. They're going to see you. They're going to see you working in your purpose. It always, in my book, that book, Dear Single in Love, is surrounding the book of Ruth. And I'll just make this last point and we're going to go. Ruth was seen by Boaz, right? Ruth was doing what? She was working. Ruth was over there working, sweating. She wasn't even looking cute probably. And he saw her in a field where there were other women. So she wasn't just the only one there. There was other people. And he saw her and he inquired about her. He asked the other men in the field, who is she? Who's that? Who she belong to? Same exact thing is going to happen. Your husband is going to see you, but he needs to see you in action. So you got to get into action. And don't worry about when is it going to happen. Is it going to be this live? Is it going to be this speaking engagement? Is it going to be at this book? Don't worry about none of that. Just keep showing up and keep doing it and I want you, because sometimes I remember I said that in a discussion and the lady was like, oh, so that's my new motivation to meet my husband. That's not the motivation to meet your husband. That's not. The motivation is for you to go out there and to live out your purpose. That's your motivation. But you should just understand that the more that I show up, people can just see who I am. Like, they're going to see who you are. They can open up doors of opportunities. Like that clip that I played at the beginning. The clips spoke about how when you are just operating, you're just using this gift and you're authentically being yourself and you're accepting it within yourself, that person is going to see you. Now, opportunities are going to come to you. People are going to now be like, oh, yeah. They're going to just have conversations. They're talking about doing some type of women's event or something, and they need someone to dance. So you may be a praise dancer, and they want to have something different where they have a praise dancer to open up because they see you doing it on social media, or you go to the different churches in your community and you record it and you're sharing it. People are now going to be like, oh, yeah. I know so-and-so, they can do that. We can bring them. People see you. So this is not just for you to be seen by a man. You're just going to be seen as an opportunity. You could be seen as a person of resource. Now people would know where can they go for help. They know where they can go for guidance. Sometimes it's just so many different layers. This is just one aspect of it. So when just getting to purpose and understand that everything is going to fall into place, but God just needs all of us to do our part. We want the best that he has for us, but we won't do our part. That's all that we need to do. This whole series, this is all that God keeps saying. I just need everybody to do their part. This is why I wake up tired. Guys, I'm tired, but I'm excited. I'm enthusiastic. I'm energized because I'm here doing what God is calling me to do. That's it. I take away all expectations. There's nothing else that I'm expecting because I understand, God, this is what you need me to do. He is above everything else. The benefits of anything coming out of this or anything that I do is going to just be the icing on the cake, because the cake is done. It's found, the foundation is there. So I just really, really hope that you take that. Um, as always, give you an opportunity to connect with me. So, like I said, Thursday will be our last session. But you can always connect with me social media, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. I will update this ticker for tomorrow to add my socials so that when you see Meet Me every morning for 21 days, it will also have my socials so that you can start to. Starting next week, Monday, I will be going live every day at 7 a.m., Monday to Friday. I'm not going to do weekends. And unless God puts a message on my heart. Now, if again, if God says go live, I'm going to go live. But you can connect with me on my link tree. This is available on all of my social media platforms. And you want to learn about my book, Dear Single in Love, I would just say get Dear Single in Love, because God's about to have me do something with that book. That's all that I know, because even not only on my lives, God has just been speaking to me. That book has been coming up in conversations with friends and just in social spaces for the last 2 weeks. So everyone needs to get Dear Single in Love, because we're about to do either a reading together or it's about to be a teaching seminar. So Dear Single in Love, if you want to learn about my community, this is the last week for you to get 50% off, using code March 25. 50% for the first 3 months if you use code March 25. This actually expires this week. So you want to get access to, like tonight, we're having our empowerment session. You will get access to that session. You will get access to any resources, any previous teachings, challenges that we have done. You will get access to those things if you join. So go to my link tree, use that code, and you will get 50% off for the first 3 months. And today I'm posting for my current members. Anyone who's already a member is going to receive one 30-minute session with me for free. I think I'm going to probably open it up for the first 10 people that join this week. You will also get that free 30 minutes. So this is an extra added bonus. So in addition to using the code, you get 50% off. You will also get that free 30-minute session. So it is so, so important. If you want to tap into that opportunity, be one of the first 10 to sign up to get that free coaching session with me. Miss Paula said, she said, I'm not single, but agree about having support for your purpose. That is so important. That is so important, Paula. And that's the one thing, like I said, when I speak to married couples in the last few years, that has been one of the common themes. Like they are, and it breaks my heart. Like one of them, her husband passed away a couple of years ago. I think it's been now, has it been 2 years? I left 23. So 2022. Or the beginning of 2023. And it was the same thing. Like he supported her, she supported him. And it was just a mutual respect for each other's purpose and doing life together. And then, unfortunately, he lost his battle with cancer early. So that, so unfortunately she doesn't have her partner. But that was the first couple I ever met that just had one of those, what seems like a God ordained marriage. And it was just like, it's not perfect, but it was perfect for them, right? You can look on the outside and tell, like, times was rough sometimes, not in a disrespectful way, because life was just life. But, even seeing them go through that battle with him, like never left his side, always there, and when there was days that she had commitments for her purpose, and she was like, oh, no, I'm going to stay with you. No, I'm okay. You got me here. I'm set up. I'm going to be here for a couple of hours. You can go and do what you need to do for that hour, because I'm going to still be here and I'm going to be here for a couple of hours. And so that's what I love to see, right? I love to see things like that. So sorry, I'm tearing up Every time I talk about them, I tear up because, yeah, cancer sucks. So, yes. So, we are finishing. We are ending now. I'll be back tomorrow, 7 a.m. Excuse me, as I wipe my tears. I'm a crybaby. I am a crybaby, and I admit that. But we'll be back here tomorrow at 7 a.m. Central Time, day 19. For those of you that you probably noticed, Facebook has not been updated as far as the number sequence, but you probably noticed like we skipped the number 17. No, we are technically, yesterday was number 17. So I had to update all of the videos, the titles, and so now we're on path. So Thursday, well, I'll be our last 21 days. You might get a bonus on Friday, depending on the weather, because I'm supposed to travel. And if the weather's not bad in the morning, then I can go live and then get on the road and head down to where I need to go. So yeah, so we'll keep you posted. All right. But have an amazing day today on purpose, with purpose. I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. Share this message with 5 people. Share with 5 people. Somebody might need this message today. If you know a single that is struggling in the season of single and they're trying to figure out why they keep meeting, then you need to let them know they need to watch this video because gave them some extra tips. And oh yeah, by Thursday I will also have, at the bare minimum, I will have all of these prompts in a spreadsheet, right? And the spreadsheet you'll be able to, in the PDF, and you'll be able to journal through these prompts as well. So that guide will be available by Thursday. If anything, I think I'll have it done by Wednesday. And if you are a part of Inspirational Trailblazers, please, please, please remember that tonight we have a session. And for anyone that wants to be a part of that session, join Inspirational Trailblazers. Use code March25, and now you also get a bonus. If you're one of the 10 people that join, the first 10 people that join this week, you will receive an extra 30-minute free session with me that will cover whatever it is that you want to cover, whatever you have a problem with. If it's your trying to figure out how to use your gifts, how to make money using your gifts, how to find purpose in your next career opportunity, or you're just ready to get started with your healing journey, tap in and you would definitely reap the benefit of that. So I am your girl, Tanisha Shanae, Miss Inspiration. I love you. You know God loves you. And we'll be back here tomorrow. Have a good one. Be well and be blessed.